So I took the time to toast the sesame seeds on the right, and the ones on the left are not toasted. You can't really tell it on camera, I'm sure. It's slightly browner, and also there's just no label for the one on the right, so I know that they're toasted. But yeah, it's worth the time and effort. Toss them in a pan and toast them. Alright, I've never seen a dedication like this. Reference to Pokemon. And then I think that's his screen name, Luminous Llama. Died in 2019 at 32. And it's a dedication plaque for this. They paid for this seat. Maybe they also paid for having all the trees chopped down so we could have a view of the city below. But that's a interesting plaque. Very, very cartoon referenced, anime. A lot of young guys, 32, a lot of younger guys are spending a lot more time with cartoons, the Japanese anime. And there's a dead body here. Silas, buried at the top of the hill. He lived a very different life from the Japanese anime lifestyle. So every little irritation can take energy from a person. And I think just a simple toe fungus itch with that itching and that bothering me, I mean, that takes energy to get that signal. I've been suffering from it for years, and I just went to itch it this morning, and I see it looks like it's waterlogged, it doesn't heal. It itches, it doesn't heal, the skin is turning white, like I've been soaking it in water too long. It just, skin around the toe region is not able to fix itself anymore, and it just wants to continue itching, and that takes energy from me. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't. It's extra energy being used for the itching. I mean, it might be considered minor, but little things like that build up. All right, so this used to be more than just a land bridge. It might have been an actual bridge with these pillars. It's the only evidence. If there was a bridge, I don't know why they'd just leave pillars standing out here. And they got these boats beached. Is that safe? It doesn't look too safe. And I'm guessing that all these docked boats are probably paying for space. The Pioneer Press. It's quite the end of the land bridge. I was thinking about I brought my drone along, thinking about having it follow me, but this is pretty popular. There's quite a few people around here. Alright, I don't understand why this is happening. There's some kind of activity going on in the water. They're sucking down the water. It's almost like it's a fishing pool. I don't know. Yeah, these boats, they keep their rafts on the side. And I don't know if they're living in them or what. I'm looking for rafts next to the boat because I don't know why they would. Where would you take your? Where would you hide your raft? It'd have to sit right next to the boat when you go out there. I don't see any. Most of the rafts are on the shore. I don't see any rafts next to any of these boats. Alright, so pretty close to the downtown, sort of outskirts, little shoreline activity. People want to come to this river in the great city of Hudson and use their and get on the river on their boats. So this did look like it would have been for train tracks, and it really is. They don't want anybody walking to the end here. I get the impression somebody's out here as well. Well, that's unfortunate. I was looking at it from a distance. Alright, so you can still pass under the bridge without really trespassing. Looks like quite a few people walk down here. Oh man, I've been burping a lot again today. Oh, train's over there. Train tracks.
Sorry about that.
Oh my god. Pretty soon, if this gets worse, all I'm going to be doing is burping on camera. Oh. Can't do anything. I wake up and burp, drink and burp, eat and burp. Alright, I just want to comment that, wow, somebody actually did a little grill out here. That's charcoal used. This is a very noisy area. And it's because it looks over I-94. There's no bathrooms. It's noisy. It's not the most pleasant spot. Wow, I didn't suspect that there'd be Indian burial mounds. This is one they made. Oh, and that was the one I passed over there. That's why we got this chain around a hump, because Indians buried their dead on top of this hill overlooking the river, and they did that in several spots. So that's unexpected, but I mean dead get buried all over the place. Right, I was up top that hill and came desperately down to use some bathrooms because they don't have bathrooms up there. And it's all downhill, so it's a little effort. Number 2 is the biggest issue, but I should be covered now for the rest of the day. Alright, there's a sailing school, but first I want to record this. Watch how this fence flips up. You can see it because it rises. It rises. So they got pretty high security with this fence flipped up, but this St. Croix sailing is not in the fenced in area. But they got high security here going in and out of this boat docking area.
30 years before that, I was in Grant County.
Okay.
Moses Lake, Yakima area.
I know Yakima.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bicycled around, drove around, slept at the Walmarts and stuff. Went through by the apple orchards.
Yep. I picked plenty of those apples.
You were part of the work there?
Oh.
There was parts of Yakima that were pretty
rough.
I call it ghetto, but people say it
Rough.
really is not.
It's just.
I mean, there's some like fencing made of all kinds of different materials, and
They consider Yakima Little Mexico.
yeah, a lot of Mexicans. Yeah,
Tons of
Mexicans in certain districts.
Yep.
I mean, I felt nervous walking through some of those areas, but people say it's not as bad. I mean, I don't know what to think of that though. Oh, are you on an IV of some kind?
Yep.
Wow, recent.
Tick
Huh?
line.
Better, yeah. I might have to get that checked every few hours.
Oh no, I do IVs twice a day.
Needles. That's.
No, I don't. I just do the tube right here.
Oh, it's already. Oh, but it's still
it's already in my
permanent.
arm.
Yeah. Can you do like?
Oh yeah, I do,
You can do regular
I've
exercise.
had it for 2.5 months.
Wow.
I got MRSA and staph infection in my foot.
Just coming from your foot.
Yeah.
I have a toe fungus, and it's constantly itchy. I think it might get bad enough to the point where
You better get it checked.
just get it through your toes.
I've already got 3 toes. There are going to be 4 toes amputated on my right foot, and there's going to be 3 on the right,
Yeah.
on the left.
Do you think it's from like maybe a diabetes?
Diabetes.
Okay, and I see you're drinking 7-Up. Like
Yep.
you haven't given up the sugar.
Oh no,
Right?
I didn't find out I was diabetic till I was 48, and I told them, you know what?
Okay.
Fuck you guys. You're not getting rid of my pop. I'm not getting rid of my pop.
Yeah.
I only drink one once every 2 or 3 days.
Okay, yeah, I'm 46, but I've given up sugar extracts 10 years, 20 years ago. I learned about just the white stuff, the white powders, all that.
I'm 54 and it sucks.
Yeah, and I've been getting problems with just eating fruits now. I got a hiatal hernia. I'm burping. Sometimes I can't burp. It just
What's in there?
there's a GERD or something. I just that's yeah.
So you're just traveling around? Is that what you're
Oh
doing?
yeah, I've never been up here, so I stopped. I'll admit my hometown is Rice Lake.
Okay, yep.
Oh yeah, okay. But I spent a lot of time in the whole west half, and I spent time in Washington. I know Washington pretty good.
Spokane sucks.
I've been to Spokane. The top of the hill is a little better than the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
I had kids, and I think they're Mexican, throwing rocks at me. They were throwing glass on a road, and then I started recording them, and they started throwing glass at me and rocks. And then it was nearby a school. Some security guard was I stopped him. I'm like, hey, these kids are throwing rocks at me, and he's like, well, it's hot out. And there was a street sweeper that came by shortly after. I don't know.
So if it's hot out, you can throw rocks and glass.
Yeah, they're very forgiving of criminal activity in Spokane. There's certain neighborhoods.
I was raised in Spokane.
Okay, I forget that.
Medical Lake is where I was raised at.
Okay, yeah. If I heard the right neighborhood, there's a lot of homeless all over that area, but there's some neighborhoods that got a real bad reputation. And it's all on the bottom of the hill, I think.
Trust me, I spent half of many years in county jail there.
Oh, they will. The cops will just make up things to throw people in, maybe. Yeah, they do that. I've had that experience.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Okay, yep, all right.
I would love to chat more, but I gotta go.
That's fine. Okay. I-94 keeps really busy. I think I crossed that on the way over here. That bridge. Alright, instead of bothering to try to cut this cilantro into tiny cute pieces, I'll just crush it. And it's going to go part of like a salsa for my eggs. I just cooked them, and I want to have something with these eggs so that I can eat the yolk, because the yolk is more tolerable when I actually eat the eggs with something appropriate. Right, so I spilt half my salsa. I was fumbling with eggs, with egg on the spoon, and I was about to fall, so I reached over across, and this bowl was sitting on my lap. And I hit the bowl with my left hand trying to stop the egg from falling off the spoon, and I spilt all the salsa. What a mess. Alright, so apparently this road is private, and I think the no trespassing is gotta be for this property, not the road so much. We're within the city limits, and they got this really long private road on the top of the hill next to the park with really, really nice houses. No denying that. I don't think they should not have any problem with me just bicycling through. I've seen mirrors on public roads too. But they did put some effort in. They have a special kind of love for their own private road. So I'm guessing the city doesn't plow this. But the houses, there's multiple houses. Burkmost Park in Hudson. Really nice houses on this road. All solar panels. Whoa. Yeah, not only would they bother with snow plowing, they also gotta sweep it too. Basketball court with nets right on the side of the road. This looks nice. Double doors. And this is a noisy neighborhood. It can't be that cheap. They gotta deal with the same level of noise as I do. Maybe even a little bit louder. At the Burkmost Park with the Indian mounds. But you know, this road is a bit secret. This area is a bit secret. The Indian mounds are a bit secret. Yeah, they don't really say that it's a private road here. They just, off the side of the road, they have this private property sign. What, to make me think the whole road is not accessible for the public? You should put a gate up if you need that kind of security. But since we're on top of a hill, you got fewer criminals that come on top of hills to look for crime. Where are the squirrels finding the apples? Squirrel transported. Actually, those look like bird pecks. I saw a squirrel with another one though, coming from this direction. I didn't really suspect any apples this way. There's another squirrel. Where are they finding these apples? They look kind of juicy. Or is that an apple? Yep, that's an apple. Oh, over here. Okay. Oh, he dropped it. A little too big for him. They're grabbing apples over here. Cool. Squirrels showed me where the apple tree is. Not bad. Yeah, I never avoided leg exercises as much as I have as a homeless person, largely because of wearing pants. I sweat more because I wear heavier pants than I do in the upper body. Alright, I guess I'm not stopping here because you got to pay $7 for this county park. And look at this. This is just a big old machine. Ice, $3, probably for a small bag. They're charging 7 Washington County daily permit $7. A ski pass is $6. Okay, and I need a permit. Well, that's great. I'm not willing to pay that, so I'll have to figure out where I want to go. I just had a cop follow me. Okay, so and it's not just about making money on camping. They also want to just charge cars for parking in here too. It's not just about camping. I only plan on staying for a couple of hours till noon. Oh, look at that. They even have some security. They're watching, I don't know what. They're not watching the front of this. But yeah, it's it's too bad. They have a lot of resources in their office. Yeah, I just, now that the cop has followed me, seen me, he'll be looking for a pass, and who knows how often they patrol. If I got one following behind me already, now here he's coming out, or is that a camper? Purchase permits here. Alright, I'm in Hastings, Minnesota. Hastings, Minnesota. Oh, so the Indians also made fishing hooks out of copper. I'd like to see that. They must have evidence. If they can say it, they can probably cite it, right? Fishing hooks out of copper. It's so interesting to see how the differences, how you can find so many differences in the boat launch areas. I've never seen a parking lot painting like this to designate the cleaning area. They usually just have signs that stand up, not paintings on the sidewalk. They got 2 spaces designated for cleaning, and they're just painted on the ground, on the sidewalk or the parking lot. Free the Fighter talks about what goes on with these fish and how you should release them back into the water. Free the Fighter. And that's here at the Hastings boat launch, which I don't know, I guess it's something that's significant, something to think about, but there's no dock for this boat launch. It seems like maybe less than half of the boat launches will have a dock on the side. It's a selective thing. I'm not exactly sure how they decide. How do they decide which boat launches should have a dock and which don't need docks? It's kind of interesting. Oh, and the dam's over there. Okay. And what kind of boat is this? Is that a ferry? It's got like tire ramps for cars and lots of space to park things on. It's like a ferry tugboat. Kind of long, maybe 100 feet. Very long. And it's going across the river. I think that this dam needs to do something to allow it to pass through. It's got some maybe special channels it's got to go through to pass. Captain's probably on the top somewhere. Can't quite see. That's interesting activity. Oh, the door open. It's moving about 20 miles an hour or so. Pretty good speed. Gosh, I don't recall ever seeing launch rules. Look at this. They're saying form 2 lines and take turns. I've never seen them at a launch place say take turns before. Yield to the right of way. I've kind of seen that. Kind of an old sign. So the Mississippi River has a lot of big activity going on, getting these types of logs stuck in this tall, super tall pier. It's a long river, wide, long and wide. So there's more room to carry larger things down it for longer distances. There's a little bit of activity around here, and old things that used to be used for the river here are just set aside. It looks like it might have been a part of a bridge or something. Native cultures.